The member for Durack.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Resources, Energy and Northern Australia. Will the Minister update the House on the significance of first gas being produced at the Gorgon LNG facility in my electorate of Durack and the competitive edge that Australia's energy sector derives from innovation and new technology?
The Minister for Resources, Energy and Northern Australia.
Well, thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the member for Durack for her question. And remember, the last time I took a question from the member for Durack, who has the largest electorate in the country, I said the Prime Minister's electorate could fit into Durack 53,000 times. Well, her electorate is so big that England could fit into Durack 12 times, Mr Speaker. Now, one of the jewels in Durack is the Gorgon LNG facility on Barrow Island. And yesterday I had the pleasure to visit the LNG facility with the member for Durack, with the member for Groom, with Senator Back and with the member for Brand, the Shadow Minister. And as the member for Durack said, it has already started producing gas and soon will have its first shipment to Asia, which will be in a matter of days. Now, the Gorgon facility at nearly $70 billion is Australia's largest ever private sector investment. And the figures are absolutely enormous. Some 10,000 people were employed on the Gorgon facility. 99% of that workforce was Australian. Nearly 1,000 local suppliers were used. The pipeline is more than 800 kilometres, which would go from Melbourne to Adelaide. Every shipment of gas from Gorgon carries enough gas to fill a Japanese household for 1 year. It is just an enormous project, and ASL Allen Consulting has estimated over the life of the project it will provide some $70 billion worth of federal revenues and will add more than $400 billion to GDP. And Gorgon is just part of the golden age of gas in Australia, because by 2020 it will be one of 10 projects that sees Australia overtake Qatar as the world's largest exporter of LNG. Now, Australia will face fierce competition for future markets, particularly from the United States, which has started to export LNG. But what sets Australia apart from others is its innovation. Companies like Santos have merged with IBM, have worked with IBM on big data analytics. Woodside is using autonomous vehicles underwater. At Gorgon, they have the world's largest carbon capture and storage facility, which will reduce emissions by up to 40%. And they have the largest subsea infrastructure that has ever been built. They've employed more than 1,000 engineers, and it shows that established industries like resources and energy can be at the forefront of innovation and technology. So while first gas from Gorgon may not be discussed at every Australian household table, it is something that we can be very proud of because it shows that we are using innovation to advance Australia's interests.
The Minister's time has expired.